Let's continue our examination of Bank. Today we'll take a look at the CEO office bomb site. First, let's go over some basics you should know while defending the site. Reinforce CEO wall, the skylight, located here. This wall, as well as these two walls. Then, you should normally have a rotate, usually right here. If I can get through it. Into janitor's closet. It's also a good idea to have reinforcements on janitor's closet wall, at least right here, to keep anybody playing behind the desk a little extra cover. Okay. Just for important positions, or I guess a few more reinforcements. This wall is quite valuable to reinforce because it prevents people from looking in from the top of the parking garage. And you can also do the same with these walls as well as this wall. So these are all good walls to reinforce, however they're less necessary. The big ones are CEO skylight walls. Some important positions to note is right behind CEO desk. This is a very good spot to be. There's lots of cover. You can cover lots of angles, like janitor's closet. You can fight people on the windows, and you can fight people coming into both bomb sites from behind CEO desk. Other good area is conference room. Depending on how you have it set up, you can fight people in stocks or coming up the white stairs, the main stairs rather, from within conference room. You can also fight people coming in to the bomb site in CEO lounge or CEO office from the reinforced walls if they manage to breach those. And one more good place to be is the elevator. It's relatively safe, however it can get cut off pretty easily if you're not careful. You should have good information if you're in here, preferably cameras outside, but this gives you good angles onto anybody pushing the hallway or pushing up stairs, the spiral staircase specifically. Just to note, the attacker pushes, they're primarily going to be based around skylight, coming in here and trying to open these walls to get angles into sight so that they can plant, with probably the most common plant spot being right behind the CEO desk here, or in some variation of perhaps this corner being a common plant spot as well. The other areas, attackers will try and push janitor, again, to get control of CEO desk to plant. They will also come in through stocks, and they'll take stocks to try and make sure that you can't get flanked out of janitors. And they'll also use this area to push into conference room, so that they can come into conference room and attack this side. This is a bit harder to do, but I have seen people plant in this corner behind the couch quite frequently. If they take control of conference room and spiral staircase side, they'll be able to plant in this spot and force the players in CEO desk or janitor's closet to come to them. The last couple things to note, they do come up spiral. From time to time, it's less common, but you will get late rotates that come up through spiral, attacking into here. And then there is also all of these windows onto site, which are quite potent for attackers to use if the defenders aren't looking out for it. The last thing to be aware of is all of these floors are soft, so they are vulnerable to buck and other, vertical play. The floor in CEO or a stocks room is also soft, as well as the top of skylight. All of these floors are soft, so that is just something to note. Also janitor's closet. And anyway, that's some basic defense tips for CEO and Executive Lounge. Now let's go over a setup that I designed for GIMP Squad. Let's first take a look at position 1, which will be played by Maestro. Maestro is going to start in setup by moving over to hallway, putting a reinforcement on the west end of hallway, cut off sight line from the top of parking garage, and he'll put a Maestro camera on that reinforcement. Then he's going to move to the east end of the hallway and put his second Maestro camera on the angled wall here, so that he has a decent view of skylight and hallway, as well as the top of spiral. From this point, if Mira needs help, he can assist in clearing shotgun holes here, as will be explained from Mira, to once again open up sight lines into stocks. And if this rotate has not been made yet, he can add this rotate as well. And his primary duty is going to be the last line of defense as he stays on CEO office behind the desk, where he will be checking cameras to give callouts and to harass people using his Maestro cams. He will also be in charge of impact tricking anybody that tries to break through the CEO office wall by shotgunning these holes up here, and then he can impact trick. He also has his camera watching skylight to give some assistance with that. Anyway, that'll be Maestro. For the second position, we're going to have Mira. Mira's going to start, and she's going to come over to the conference room. Mira's going to play in the conference room. We're going to reinforce the conference room wall into janitor and put a Mira on it. And we're also going to reinforce the conference room wall hallway and put the second Mira there. We will have one of our teammates reinforce the west wall of the conference room, just to give Mira extra cover from the top of the spiral and from the garage roof, just in case. Once done here, Mira's going to use her shotgun to open up this wall, so that she has a clear line of sight into stocks. And if she wants, she can barricade this, or she can leave it up. Actually, I'd probably leave it up. And from this position, Mira will have a solid view into stocks, and she can fight people in stocks, and onto coming up the main stairs. She can also stop people from entering janitor's closet, and kill anyone that does get into janitor's closet. If she needs to, she can also be used to fight people that came up spiral and are entering executive lounge, either from the admin office or from the front desk or from the executive hallway in the back.
By op 4.
For our third position, we're going to have kapkan, but really this can be just about anybody. But kapkan's role here is going to be to make the rotate, then carry on to conference room and reinforce the west side of conference room. He's then going to go about placing his kapkans wherever he sees fit, probably mostly on the northwest side, but he can do stocks and janitor's closet as well if he wants. And then kapkan is going to be playing in elevators. And remember, we're going to have a Maestro camera here and at the other end, so he'll be able to monitor threats either from those Maestro cameras on his camera, or Maestro can call them out while Maestro is in CEO office, so that kapkan can swing on any potential threats. From here, he'll support Mira, who will be located right here in conference room. And he can also protect Spiral and flank anybody that gets into the front desk area. For our last two positions, position 4 and position 5, we will have our roamers. And for this setup, I've selected Pulse and Oryx. So our roamers, at the start of the round, they will be in charge of reinforcing CEO office wall. After they're done with CEO office wall, they should also barricade these windows. Just a cut-off line of sight from Spiral and from parking lot, from the parking garage roof. From this point, they'll carry on down whichever stairs is handiest and start roaming from the first floor. Now Pulse, he's primarily going to be in open area. And staff room, protecting upstairs. Now he's going to be using his scanner to look for people. And note that you can kill people in skylight on the balcony, because this floor is soft. Oh, to there. And coming into staff room, this is underneath stocks, which is also a soft room. So, or a soft floor rather. He will be able to support Mira as she's gunfighting people in stocks, and support, possibly get some picks on hopefully our hard breacher as they're in skylight. As necessary, you can also come up and flank anybody on skylight from the stairs, or flank people in spiral. One last thing for the roamers is it would be a good idea if they had to rotate into archives from open area. This will save them a lot of time of moving. Oryx is just going to generally support pulse and move together as they are needed based on where the enemies are pushing from. The last thing to be aware of is the windows. So if the enemy is pushing windows, our primary defense is going to be our roamers coming over here and killing them while they're repelled and almost defenseless. Which again, they'll be hanging out in this area, moving around admin office and open area. And the reason I want Oryx for the second one is because Oryx has the ability to rotate back up your elevators to help support our position 3 or kapkan player. He can also come up into janitor's closet to get back onto site quickly and support CEO office with Maestro, or conference room who has Mira in it. Okay, to give an overview of the plan in general, I've pulled up the battleplanner.io here to give us a layout. So we will have Maestro, who will be playing in CEO office. In the setup phase, he's going to put his Maestro cameras in the hallway, as well as reinforce the end of the hall, and he can put the reinforcement on to the janitor's closet. He will then be expected to impact trick anybody attempting to break in to the CEO walls. Next up, we have Mira, who will again be located in conference hall, where she will put her mirrors on the wall into hallway and into janitor to help contest there. And she's going to primarily be gunfighting into stocks and into the main stairs, as well as into janitor's closet. Next, we have kapkan, and this one could realistically be anybody, but kapkan will be in the elevator, and he's going to start by reinforcing the walls to the west of the conference room, and then he can go about doing his gadget deployment wherever he sees fit, especially on these west entrances to site, and probably janitor's closet, as well as potentially stockroom. But he can put those wherever he feels is the most useful. And then last, we will have Pulse, as well as Oryx, who will be our roamers, and they will be on the first floor, primarily in open area and staff room. They will also make a hole into archives where they can rotate from open area into archives quickly. And their primary duty will be to have Pulse watch in staff room to give assistance to Mira if she needs it, and to hopefully get some C4 picks on the skylight balcony. As well, if needed, they can deny plants on site and do anything else as well. And Oryx, his primary purpose for being here is the fact that he can come up these hatches in elevator and in janitor's closet to help assist on site where needed. He can also come up in staff room and in hallway for some surprising flanks. and extra firepower as is needed for the situation. The last thing is the roamers. So we'll be going over to the main lobby entrance and ATM's entrance to be able to get shots out onto the window balconies, or the windows, the north windows of bank, in order to help protect these north windows of sight. So that's what the roamers should be aware of as they're moving around and trying to get flanks. That has been how to defend the CEO office and executive lounge of bank. Clone Trooper 5, signing off.